Last week, I had the privilege to talk to a recently released insane asylum patient. He was taken in Iowa and was held for a year until finally being released after being proved sane. I interviewed him recently to get more information for the paper company I work for. This is his story. I was taken in last year for suspicion of murdering my wife and her mother. During my court trial, my lawyer pleaded insanity. The alternative was 10, but I didn't really have a say in the matter. The judge granted it, and I was on my way. I arrived on November 17th, 2013. I was driven to this asylum and placed in a small, isolated room with a small window. That was the only light I received for weeks. I longed for release, wishing to be let free. After weeks, the guards noticed I was one of the more obedient inmates. I was inmate number 216, and soon became respected among the guards with my overflowing knowledge. I read my days away in a small but resourceful library, a privilege I earned over time, and was accompanied by a guard who I would often engage in small talk. I was almost happy for a man in an asylum. Everything was all right. Until the construction began across the street. I noticed it one morning as I awoke and peered out my cubby-like window. I saw a man with a crew drilling into the ground with their jackhammers. I was intrigued when I first encountered the sight with my eyes, and my mind constantly wondered what they could be building. That day, I skipped my reading session and simply watched the men drill all day. I slept with a smile on my face, dreaming of the possibilities. They constantly drilled day in and day out until the sound was almost sickening. I prayed for them to stop, but they never did. 76 days. 76 days they drilled. I remember asking myself how deep they could possibly need their hole to be. 76 days I didn't attend my reading sessions. Guards came to check in on me and feed me. Guards which I lashed out upon. I began talking to myself, mimicking the drilling sounds, sometimes even in my sleep. I was soon feared among guards, and they checked on me less and less until they stopped altogether. I was nearly starved to death until my old reading acquaintance stopped by. I could tell he feared me as he quickly dropped the food and was about to scurry away until I muttered 2 words. "Thank you." It was a whisper, but he heard me and smiled, exiting casually. The next few weeks were different. I was fed and began to read once more. I engaged the guards in small talk again, and we shared laughs. Things were looking better, and on the date of November 24th, 2014, I was released after I was proven sane. I had to encounter a variety of tests and undergo therapy before I could be released. The construction was completed and resulted in a small urgent care center. I am now a respectful citizen and am working a job. I have truly turned my life around. The man's story really inspired me, and we talked for a little while even after the interview ended. Through our talk, we came across a question that made me uncomfortable and scared. What would you consider your greatest achievement while in the asylum? He answered without a stutter and stared into my eyes. He almost had a sly smile on his face. He said, "Convincing the guards I was a sane man."